Hello and welcome back to Shifting Tones, the podcast with nerdy tones and shifting topics. I'm this week's host, Deanna, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Steph
Woohoo!
and Sam.
Hey guys, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
You hit us with your full government name. That surprised me.
Well, I'm so used to just saying Deanna instead of D when referring to myself, but you can call me whichever.
You did
I'll call
awesome.
you my friend.
You did awesome for doing the first host
Thank you.
session.
Yes, congratulations. Yeah.
I hope I don't sound as anxious as I feel.
You're
No,
fine.
no. I'm doing good, man. I'm living the dream, the American dream of 9 to 5 and eat dinner, go to sleep, and wake up and repeat. You know?
Sounds about right. The grind.
Can't
Oh,
relate
the
right
grind.
this minute.
Oh yeah, because you're no longer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
summertime.
So
Yeah, but you know,
I'm living the better
teachers
dream.
have it harder. You guys have it definitely harder most of the time throughout the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, suffer through most of the year and have a nice little break every now and then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's so nice.
This is your little sweet treat.
It is a little dessert.
You know what? I got a dessert for you. A just dessert. Because it's my controversial corner
Whoa.
2026. It's not controversial because I think everybody will agree with me on this one. It's just something
So it doesn't belong
it's
in the
grinding
corner.
I don't know. It's more grinding my gears. Maybe that's what I'll change my segment to. I'm getting real tired of YouTube ads, especially repetitive ones. I don't care about Whatnot. Don't care about it at all. I know, D, you've used it, and it's probably completely fine to use, but I'm so tired of the Whatnot ads and then Shady Rays. Sorry, if I know they were looking to probably sponsor us, probably all these people were, but the commercials are just so obnoxious and so repetitive. I get those two mostly, and then like mobile games, which is probably just because of the content I watch and different things, but I've had it up to here, and if you can't see, it's my hand is above my head.
Where are you watching these ads on YouTube? Is it like
What do
on
you-
your
What do you
TV?
mean? My TV, my phone. Yeah, that's primarily where I watch YouTube. I don't really watch it too much on my actual computer.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, where there's ad blocker, because you use ad blocker, don't you, Steph?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, imagine supporting creators.
Listen, I use AdBlock for everything. I live in a wonderful world where I just don't see it. So some of the when you were talking about those two ads, I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
The Shady Rays one is new.
Well, don't try to sell anything to me, buddy.
No, I'm not trying to, because I don't, but Whatnot's been around for a while. It's like live eBay, right? D? How do you
kind of,
describe
sort of? Yeah, it's like peoples and creators, and like I mainly look at it for jewelry and jewelry like supplies. So people go on and they have their shows where they auction pretty much off things. So you usually get a better deal unless you have a lot of people bidding against you. They do have some like buy now, which is kind of like their shops and stuff.
Okay.
I know sometimes they just do like a live to talk about what is going to be in their next like drop, that sort of thing. But I know I've been getting ads. I got ads for it after I started using it, and now I get ads for like board games and shoes and perfume. I just got an email about it from Whatnot, and I'm like, I don't care about any of that.
Yeah, I think it just, I don't know. I mean, sometimes like I said, it's probably fine. It just sometimes feels like sketchy, and maybe it's not always like Whatnot either. There's like, I'll get advertisements maybe on TikTok where they're like, come to our live right now. We're selling PS5 starting at $1. And I'm like, you got those off the back of a truck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like eBay or like kind of Amazon or Walmart.com, where like anyone can really be a seller, so like
Yeah.
depending on what category, you might find like more people with like random things, and you might find like the one good person who actually has things, and it's actually like a small person, or it might be someone who just like bought a bunch of stuff off of, like you said, the back of a truck, and are trying to sell it for way more than it's worth. So
it's a lot of trading cards too. That's a
lot of trading cards.
So speaking of, go ahead, D. I was gonna say something, but now go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, literally, YouTube is the only place I don't get mad about ads. Like, I'll put up with ads for my creators. Hulu is what gets me with the repetitive ads, to the point where I bought the subscription that doesn't allow ads, because I got so fed up with the same 3 ads
they
every
got you.
10 minutes. They got me.
I was gonna shift on over to talk about my day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm tired of talking about ads. Sorry.
You're gonna block this top.
My
I'm gonna block
corner
it.
next week is just Steph.
That's fair. I'd put me in that corner too. No, but I was gonna say, speaking of like the secondhand stuff, in a way, or people selling off things that they already had, I went thrift shopping recently.
Ooh,
big
nice.
hobby of mine. Haven't gone in a while, actually. The last time I went, I didn't find anything, but this time I got 5 bags worth of stuff.
Whoa, not 5 things, 5 bags worth.
5 bags worth. Now, one of the bags is a present for my coworker's daughter, so it was just clothes for her. So one of them doesn't count. So for me, it's 4.
Okay.
So I was just so excited because it's been a long time since I've like found a lot of stuff. So the thrift shopping gods blessed me this time around, and I'm just, I'm super excited about it.
Nice. What was the most exciting thing you found this time?
I found probably 2 shoes that are like super cute. I never hardly
2 individual shoes.
Just yes. No, it was 2 pairs of shoes, so 4 altogether. But they were actually like really nice brands, and they weren't too expensive. So I don't ever hardly get shoes from their stores. I feel like those are really hard to find good ones. So yeah, I was very excited about those.
Nice.
Have you ever found like anything crazy expensive at a thrift store?
Occasionally, but not too often. I
guess I mean like you got it for cheap and you realized it was like worth a ton or something.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm that lucky ever.
Fair.
My mom is a pro at that though.
I think
she goes so often. She finds all like the designer things, and she knows when to go to the thrift stores around her and stuff like that.
She like a reseller?
Yeah, she just opened an eBay store.
Oh, nice.
And it's been selling clothes and stuff. She literally just remodeled her bathroom, so that way she has a little wall that she can take pictures, like with nice like shiplap behind it for photos. Yeah.
What you been up to, D?
Christian...
Oh. I was curious about D. She hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. So, I recently decided I'm reorganizing all my arts and crafts supplies.
Ooh.
It's gonna be quite the endeavor, because I have a lot of arts and crafts supplies of all sorts of kinds. Like I've got stuff for resin and for clay and for nail art and all sorts of paints and all sorts of everything. But I realized as I had like 5 different boxes of jewelry supplies sitting around me on the guest bed that I was like, why am I sitting on this bed when I have a crafting desk right next to me? And it's because I don't have like my jewelry stuff by my desk. I have all my painting and drawing and coloring and other things like resin that I don't really do a lot of those. Or if I do, it's just occasionally, and I could just pull out like a set of watercolor or like a set of paint or something. So I'm going to rearrange this whole room, and it's going to be a mess for a long time, I have a feeling. But
did you already start or not yet?
I barely started yesterday, and I'm going to have to pause because people are coming over, so I'm going to have to rearrange.
Oh yeah, you're having a big Shifting Tones meetup.
Big Shifting Tones meetup. So I need to make sure at least the bed is clear so people can sleep on it, and the floor in the middle of the room is clear. So currently there are multiple boxes with multiple types of, I have one box of just ribbons that I'm like, how do I own so much ribbon? I didn't know I owned so much ribbon. Now I gotta figure out where to put that.
Did you ever find the surprise I left in that room for you?
A surprise?
Multiple surprises.
Oh my gosh.
She's hiding stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I'm assuming not, because I've never heard it. It was like months ago. I left like, I don't know, between 5 to 7 things in that room.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
So
I haven't. Okay, now I gotta stare at my.
That's hilarious.
On the little wall.
Everywhere in that room. So.
Oh my god.
Good luck. So if you're redoing it, I'm sure you'll find stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Scavenger hunt.
Yep. Basically.
Now I have to look at all these things.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna feel bad if I can never find them because I don't remember what I bought and just forgot about versus what people leave
They're all
here.
uniform. It's like 5 to 7 of the same exact thing. So
that should help.
Okay.
That'll
Okay.
help.
Okay. I will go on a treasure hunt.
As long as it's not squishy.
Oh,
then...
treasure hunt, like the first episode of season 2.
Throwback.
Callback.
Okay. Well, speaking of topics of our episodes of podcasts, I decided to be inspired by you, Steph, when you were talking about fanfic and stuff.
Ooh.
I decided we're just going to talk about reading in general. Hey. Well, I guess it kind of leads into what I was going to talk about it. Just like in general, I love reading. We talked a little bit about it last week, but I read a lot.
An impressive amount.
Impressive amount. I did look up some statistics.
Oh, like about personal or just in general?
I mean, I could pull up my personal statistics, but in general, because I wanted to see like where people like fall in the category, and like maybe like we each fall into a different one, that sort of thing.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, me personally, I read a lot. In 2021, I read 366 books.
That's insane. That's
more than a book a day.
Comprehend that. Yeah.
But then again, it was because it was during the pandemic and I was doing absolutely nothing but staying at home. So I had a lot of time on my hands to just sit and read. So I definitely don't read that much anymore. I do read a pretty decent, pretty hefty amount. This year I've read 60 books so far.
That's pretty good for what, 5 months of the year?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
12 books a month, yeah.
Yeah, right? So yeah, and I read anywhere from like books that are only like 200 pages to books that I just finished one that was like 600 pages. I haven't read any really long ones in a minute, but I have read books that are like Brandon Sanderson, like epic fantasy over 1,000 pages. That took me so long to read. That took me so long to read. Andy listened to it via audiobook.
Okay.
And it was like 40 hours long to listen to.
I was going to ask you a question. Are you a fast reader in general?
Yes, I'm a pretty fast reader. So,
do you think you like actually like kind of like you're skipping stuff, but you're not really reading it? I mean, like in the sense that you're like absorbing it, or you actually like reading? Yeah, I guess skimming, but I'm just talking about like such a fast reader that like your brain isn't using like looking at the to and the and the and. You're just boom.
Probably. I feel like I do just read fast, but also if I read for pretty much entertainment purposes or just, distraction and, you know, that sort of thing. So, well, most of the time I've been getting into some more nonfiction stuff recently, but usually I'm not reading to absorb it. Unless it's like one of my favorite books that I really want to pay attention to, I definitely actually read and take my time on those. But if I'm just reading a book and I'm like, it's okay, I want to finish it, but it's not like my favorite, sometimes I will just kind of like hurry through parts and just like, they're talking about something they already talked about 4 times. I'm going to skip this conversation and figure out, pick up where it actually gets interesting, that sort of thing. And I used to always finish books that I started until I realized I don't need to read dumb books. So I just decide not to read sometimes.
Yeah. No more dumb books like Hop on Pop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But how many would you guys say you're readers? I know, Steph, you read more fan fiction than books, but Sam,
I'm definitely a fiction reader. I do read the physical mangas quite a bit. I've been rereading Naruto as of recent. I'm on volume 21 out of 72. Nice. So if you count manga, which I like to say,
I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nearly as much as, like all those words on a page. It's definitely a lot less per page, but it's still, a storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fan fiction's still my big one. Obviously, we talked about that last week, but that's something I just read every night before bed. I'm just reading my little fics, my stories there. I can't do audiobooks. That's something I've tried to get into. I just, not for me. I'd much rather read it because I'm also a fast reader. So, yeah, I like to do it at my own pace. And sometimes when people narrate books, it's too slow. I'm like, where's the times 2? Yeah, right. But even so, it just bothers me, the voices. So I'm like, nope, I'll just do it in my head.
Yeah, I can't do fiction. I've only been able to listen to like one fiction audiobook. The rest, like I read audiobooks in college when I was too bored of what I was reading. So I would like get the book in front of me and put the audiobook on and make me force myself to read it. But yeah, I definitely read way too fast too for audiobooks.
I listened to the first Game of Thrones on an audiobook, and that was interesting. But it definitely made me want to like do more audiobooks. As far as my reading goes, I've been reading more lately, trying to read more physical books, which is good. Yeah.
Nice.
But my primary reading is I read a lot of like articles and Wikipedia pages. I know it sounds lame, but like sometimes I'll just find something interesting or like I'll hear something maybe on TV or on Jeopardy or on in the news or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm curious about this." And then I just go down a rabbit hole and just read information on that specific thing. I'd like to keep reading more physical books, probably more fiction than nonfiction, because my nonfiction, I just, like I said, kind of just read Wikipedia articles and just keep going down, hey, what's this? Okay, this is this, and keep going. So yeah, I've been reading the what's it called? Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So there's 9 books in that, so that will keep me busy for a while.
You have all of them? Like the
No, I
physical
only own the
copies?
first one.
Oh, okay.
No, as of right now. I will be getting them as soon as I finish with that one, then I'll go on to the next one and so on. But I'll get them as I read them. Like, I don't want to buy them because that's going to feel overwhelming then,
Yeah.
I think.
With all the books that you read, I think I know the answer, but for our lovely listeners, do you do the physical copies or like a online version for reading?
Definitely an e-reader, a Kindle. I have my apps on my phone, a few different ones to read my books. I do have a decent amount of physical copies. Like I'm staring at a bunch right now, across from me, but I kind of treat them more like I read the book and I loved it, and if I want to reread the book, I want to support the author directly, because if you like example Kindle Unlimited through Amazon, I pay for the subscription because I would be paying out the wazoo if I was buying every book that I read. It pays the author like per page that you read.
Oh,
so if
I didn't know that.
So if I rent a book and I read it all the way through, and then I want to read it again, if I were to just download it to my phone again from Kindle Unlimited, they're not going to get paid any more than they already have by me reading it again. So I buy the physical book if I like it enough to reread it, because I read so much that I don't really reread books that often. So yeah, I read a lot of on my phone. So easy access, and I read pretty much everywhere. That's probably how I am able to read so much.
That's yeah, I mean I think that's fair. I I think about getting a Kindle sometimes because I'm like, oh, maybe that will help me read more, like just accessibility. And I don't know if that's it. So I'm trying to figure out what's getting me into reading more. But yeah, I think owning a physical book is fun sometimes, but if you can, read it easier on an ebook, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm all about like making things more accessible to more people. So audiobooks and like Audible and subscription services like Kindle Unlimited, whichever one you can utilize and is convenient for you, as long as it gets you reading and gets you the content you want, for
Best
me.
resource is a public library too.
Oh, yes. And a lot of public libraries now have access to e-libraries, like they
You can
scan
rent them,
in
right?
books, so you can rent them. They're kind of like a regular library where they only have so many digital copies, so you still have to like wait for some of them sometimes, that sort of thing. But
Gotcha.
and it can, because a lot of especially, I don't know about other places, but in the United States, a lot of public library systems are intermingled, so you can have a library card in one town and then a state over rent a book from there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the general American public, I found some stats that were released in December of last year. That was the most recent I could find about the
Okay, hit it.
USA in particular. So 59% of Americans say they read at least one book a year.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's higher than
Yeah.
I was expecting.
Yeah. Well, 40% say they didn't read any books at all.
Yeah.
So
That
that's
makes sense.
higher. Which has increased from previous years. Not by much, surprisingly, but it has decreased a little bit.
Oh, decrease. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, sorry. The amount of people reading has decreased. That's what I meant
Oh,
to
I thought you
say.
meant
I
it the
said
other
it
way. The amount of
backwards.
people. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, that's sad.
Is that just
Yeah.
physical books, or do they account for like e-readers, or it just said reading in general?
This is reading in general.
Okay.
So books, they said men, I read some really interesting things. I can send you guys the link and we can put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah.
But they said that like men are increasingly reading magazines,
Oh.
Interesting.
like more than usual, which I thought was interesting.
Who's still making magazines?
The most who read are anyone 65 years and older. You're just more likely to be a reader if you're that age, I guess.
Got nothing else to do?
Yeah. And then for the other amounts of books, let's see, 27% said they read 1 to 4 books a year. And then 19% read 10 or more books a year.
Okay.
But the 19% who read 10 or more, that just group accounts for 82% of all books read a year.
Oh my.
So they read a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then out of that 19%, 4% said 50 or more a year, which those 4% account for 46% of all books read a year in the US.
Jeez.
Wow.
So that would be where I fall.
I'd be curious to see that compared to like other countries.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but
That'd be a lot to look up.
It'd be a lot to look up. Maybe that'll be a different one, or just education in general.
That is a good question. Yeah, it is curious, like where reading dominates throughout the world.
Yeah, because I know we are sorely lacking in our reading and comprehension skills compared to a lot of other countries. So, sadly,
but I think like even though social media is the big on the rise, I definitely feel like I'm not on it, but I know TikTok had that big like almost like revolution, not a huge one, but like that book talk. Because you go into bookstores and you'll see like, here's the book talk recommendations from, you know, all these users. So it's definitely, I think, maybe helped reading, at least recently.
I was just reading an article about Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
So I guess the reason why they're doing so well recently is one, they're taking over stores in old malls.
Okay.
Because I guess they're cheaper and they're bigger, and so they can have a big library, you know, for books and stuff. But they're actually putting the individual stores are in charge of what books they put out. So instead of being told you have to put out these 4 books in every single store, they're like, nope, you guys are in charge of which ones are displayed and making the displays. So a lot of people say that that's why Barnes & Noble is doing so well, is because Book Talk kind of inspired them to have more variety of books or different kinds of books or different ways to like market the books. And they're letting the people who work there and who sell the books and things like that pick what they put on each table. That sort of thing.
Speaking of Barnes & Noble, do you see the CEO was like, hey, we're okay with AI books being sold in Barnes & Noble as long as they tell you like somewhere on the book like this is written by AI. And I'm like, that's crazy that you'd be okay selling those to begin with.
Yeah. There's a whole thing about like AI in writing right now. Like a lot of authors are being accused of using AI to write their books, but it's literally just people are like, oh, if you use an M dash, which is like a hyphen,
right?
Or if you say this phrase, then it was written with AI, but it was written like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I got this works from 1500. I'm thinking it's AI though.
Well, it's like certain authors, you know, and I was like, especially like romance authors, you use a lot of the same phrases for certain things and I saw this one on Threads. It was like someone accusing this one author of using AI. Well, the author sued her
Oh, wow.
because she had a really large following, and she's like, well, I didn't say she wrote it, I just said it seemed like it was AI, and she used like 4 examples, and I'm like, have you never read, like, how many books have you read? Because those are not AI. Like, you can tell when something's written by AI.
Oh yeah, that's a defamation lawsuit easily.
Yeah.
I looked up the countries, by the way. This is according to the worldpopulationreview.com.
Oh.
The 6 countries that read the most. Would you like to try to guess? Or I guess yeah, try to guess, yeah.
I'm gonna say within the top 3, it's gonna be an Eastern country, either Japan or China.
Nope.
No. Okay. Well,
you're right that there is an Eastern country
India
in the top 3. Yes, India is at number 2.
Okay. I knew it had to be more than us.
All right. Well, I'll just tell you. Here are the top 6. This is for 2026 as of right now. This is amount of books on average per reader.
Are you gonna go bottom up?
Yeah. So number 6, Russia at 11 books on average. Italy with 13 books per average.
Is that
France,
average like per person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. France with 14. United Kingdom with 15. India with 16. And number 1, the United States with 17.
Really?
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Interesting.
I would not think that at all.
No, but I mean, I guess a lot of it probably also comes down to accessibility, population, GDP, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's probably a lot of factors.
And I know something I saw was education. The more education you have, the more likely you are to be a higher reader, like a lot more books. So with a postgrad degree, you are an average of 13.6 books per person, but a high school degree is an average of 4.6 books. And it even gave me the median numbers. So like the most common, middle number.
Yeah.
Postgrad was 5 and high school was 0.
Wow.
For the median.
Interesting.
So
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that this weekend when I was hanging out with family, is like books we were forced to read like throughout school and listening to everybody's like different books that they had to read. Ours were like completely different. Like we never had to read like the basics. Like we never had to read what's of Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Jungle,
But you didn't read some
Tales
of
of Two
those?
Cities. We didn't have to. Like in school, those weren't like the required books. Like in 5th grade was the first time we ever had a required reading, and it was Holes. And then I think Bud Not Buddy and Hoot. That was 5th grade. And then 6th grade, we could read whatever books we wanted as long as we had a book report. And then 7th and 8th grade, you were either in reading and you actually had to read books, or you were in French class. And it was like split down the middle. So I was in French. And so I didn't have to read books. And then high school came, and the only time there was forced reading was, I want to say, junior year in AP English. So
that's crazy.
Not a lot of forced books on me, yeah.
That's wild, because like I read a lot of those classes. I even read Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I definitely read To Kill a Mockingbird in high school.
Same.
The Scarlet Letter.
Nope.
That
common one, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. Oh, in middle school, Diary of Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Read those. Oh gosh, a bunch of Bridge to Terabithia, being scarred as a child.
Yep, that one.
By the tragedy of that book. I took one AP English class in high school, and the one I didn't take, they had to read a lot, like Canterbury Tales, Of Mice and Men, like the ones that I didn't want to read, like the Iliad.
Boring ones, yeah. I mean, all the dry reading, really.
Yeah, we read a lot of like articles or novels or short stories or historical things in my AP English class, like a lot of satire, parts of Dante's Inferno, but not the entire thing. I read a lot of the books you named, like The Jungle. Oh, and like Grapes of Wrath I read in like college.
Yeah, Grapes of Wrath, yeah. We had to read like it was a random list we got, and I don't know if it was part of some sort of AP English program or just ones that the teacher chose, but there was like 2 David Sedaris books, a book called Black, White, and Jewish, a Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. There's like 3 or 4 more that were just like random books that I want to say the teacher chose, and they were like more like, I don't know, like serious topics, but with comedy mixed in. I don't know, primarily nonfiction, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had standard English class and I read just classics and that was it. I did
Fair.
enjoy The Outsiders when I read that in 8th grade.
Is that the one about vampires?
No, that was like the Greasers and the Soch, like in the 1960s.
Okay. What's
Pony
the vampire
Boy,
book?
Stay Golden, Pony Boy. I don't know.
What's the vampire one about the young vampire biker kids? What am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Have no idea. I'm interested though.
Is it not The Outsiders?
I mean, they're kind of like that, like West Side Story type of, you know.
Oh man, that's gonna bug me.
You
know what I'm talking about, listener. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't. I was gonna bring up one of my goals that I did in my journal back in January for the new year was to actually read more. So I've been, picking up the manga a little more, doing more with the fan fiction reading. I haven't stopped, but I was just like, I want to do more. But one of my goals, I was kind of gonna combine it because I had a couple goals set up for the year. One was to read more. The other one is to practice my Spanish more because listeners, I don't know if you remember or know this, but I am like somewhat fluent in Spanish. I don't know. I don't like to say I'm fully fluent because you can always still be learning more, but I'm more fluent than most people. So I was going to combine the thing with I should read books in Spanish and I should do that more because I did that during like my Spanish classes. Of course, I read a lot of literature in Spanish. So like, El Cid, SID or CID. Do you know that one or no?
No.
Okay. No. That's like it's an old story, from Spain, where it's like he's on the donkey, and when he goes up to the windmills, he thinks it's like a monster. Did you ever hear that? Like
it sounds familiar.
Part? Yeah, that's like the famous part from it too. But like we read bits and pieces of that. I took in college a course about the early civilization writings from indigenous peoples of South America, and all the poems and the just historical tales, just their stories were written in this book. And it was so fascinating because my professor in college was from Peru. The class was fully in Spanish, by the way. So the book, the lectures, the discussion, like everything was in the second language. So, but it was really good. Like he was such a good professor, and obviously it was something very personal to him because, that was like his history, his people, ancestors, and talking about this was like stories from colonization, but from the point of view of not, Christopher Columbus or
not the colonizer.
Yeah, basically it was their view on it back then. Like it was really interesting. I still have that book because we didn't get to finish all of it, but I still have it. But that was one of my goals is, well, 2 of them, practice my Spanish, keep doing it, and then read. So I was like, let's get that. Let's do that together. Nice. So it was funny.
Out what I was thinking about.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can continue.
Okay.
I thought you paused. I was going in for it.
Okay. Just real quick. Yes. So when my school had the Scholastic Book Fair, so it's, you remember those as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I was such a nerd. I helped the librarian with the Scholastic Book Fair.
Oh, man, I'm going to beat you up in the parking lot after.
Well, I have the pleasure of being a teacher where I get to enjoy $5 off for being a teacher, but I get to still just spend money at the book fair. So that was always so fun.
Being let loose in a Scholastic Book Fair with adult money.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
But
I was like, I just bought posters.
What's been nerd. But what's been super fun is that they are now getting more of a bilingual section, or if not, just fully Spanish. So I've been buying books in Spanish from the Scholastic Book Fair. So I bought a couple this last time, and that's my goal is to read them like this summer, the ones in Spanish. So, all right, Sam, now you can go.
Nice. Oh, thanks, Steph. I appreciate it. No, I was thinking of the movie The Lost Boys, which is not based on a book. So
So
that's what I
something
was thinking about.
completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah, it's a cult classic, teenage. I want to think they're about vampires, but I could be completely wrong. But it's called The Lost Boys. That's what I was thinking of. Turns out it's not a book. So
Do
there
you
you go.
have a goal of books for this year, Dee? I know you had some big ones done last couple of years, but I didn't know if you had a specific goal that you're trying to get to or not.
I do I have a few apps that I use to track how much I've read. In order for it to track how much I read, I have to put in a goal. So this year I put in 150 books, just to see how much I've read.
Okay.
That seems doable.
Does it give you a little percentage to see like how far you are to your goal?
Let's see. Yes. So it says I've read 60 of 150. I have 218 days left, and I'm 40% of the way through.
Okay.
Another fun tidbit, I'm on a 2,446 day reading streak. So I've read
Oh,
every day pretty much since the end of 2018, 2019, I think.
wow. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
That's very
Are
impressive.
there the tracking apps for people who are interested in reading? What apps do you use when you are reading?
Oh, there's one built into the Kindle app for any books you read via Kindle or Kindle Unlimited, and I think it even counts your audiobooks if you read it through there. But I've been enjoying Storygraph. It's a smaller app, but it has a lot of nice features, and you can get the Plus plan if you want more. I currently don't because I also have the Kindle Unlimited, but it's not owned by like a huge company or anything. It's kind of like a small group of people who love reading. Um, and I just like that, like, it gives you fun stats more so than the Kindle app does. Like, it tells me the genres of books I've read, it tells me whether the books I read are slow, fast, or medium pace, like the average. Let's see, like 98% of my books are fiction,
Oh, okay.
2%
Nice.
nonfiction. Let's see, 53% are medium paced. The number one mood, because each book you can tag it with different moods, like when they put it in their system,
Hmm.
is adventurous, emotional, and mysterious are the top three for me.
Ooh.
So it
Which
kind of puts together just a fun little tracker thing
Oh
then.
yeah. Yeah, and then it even tells me like how much books I read per author as well, and it gives you a little graph at the end of the year. Um, it's really fun if you read a lot of books and you want to see all those stats. Like you can upload your reading like history from your Goodreads if you have Goodreads, and you can put it into Storygraph, and it'll tell you all the stats for that year.
So
So it is
it's
pretty
like a
fun.
Spotify rewind, but for books.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
That's a fun
I did it
idea.
last year because I only found Storygraph the end of last year, so I put all the ones I read from my Goodreads, like, because my Goodreads automatically is connected to my Kindle app, so it tracks everything as I do it. So
Nice.
Nice.
yeah, yeah,
Sam, what book are you
but
going to read next?
yes.
Probably just the second book of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. That's probably what's on my go-to, and I think once I'm done with those, then I'm gonna start like looking more at books, maybe going to like Barnes and Noble more, and just trying to see what interests me, or just see if I
Mhm.
hear anything else. Because I heard this Dungeon Crawler Carl from other podcasts I listened to. People were talking about it like crazy, and I was like, okay, I got to read it. So I guess if I hear another recommendation that sounds good, or if I see something that's interesting, whatever that entails, but I'm gonna get through this series first. I don't think my brain can bounce around between series and like
Mm-hmm.
enjoy keeping track of it. Like I'd want to just get through this entirely.
Nice. What about you,
Yeah.
Steph? What do you plan on
Um,
reading? What
ooh.
any specific Spanish book you're gonna start off with?
No, I have, well, okay, the one Spanish book that I did buy, I don't remember the name of it right now, but it is about World War II. So it's actually a nonfiction book. It's
Oh,
about
interesting.
the concentration camps. So it's going to be very sad, actually. So
well, very interesting, but not enjoyable.
Yeah. Andy's preferred, genre is sad war books. So
he loves history.
He loves history. So maybe you'll have something to talk to him about next time we hang out.
He's got to learn some
entirely
Spanish.
In Spanish. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tell him how to say certain things in Spanish. And I'm just gonna read whatever looks interesting. Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up. I'm really happy I got you guys to talk about reading with me, and I hope it inspires you to read a little bit more. And you listeners, I hope it inspires you to read a little bit more, even if it's just, some articles or, something that sparks your interest. But thank you everyone for listening. You can find us on all sorts of social media websites, Shifting Tones Pod, Reddit, I think Instagram. I forget what other ones we're on, but we're on there.
YouTube, yeah.
You can find it. YouTube. You can find us on our personal accounts, Steph.
I'm at Spiffy Steffi.
Yes. And Sam.
Sir Captain Sam.
Sam. And I'm DLiz13 Creates on Instagram. So if you want to, go ahead and check it out and tune in next week for an episode that Sam will be the host of.
Ooh.
And I'm not going to tell you what it's about. You'll have to listen to find out.
Yeah, so we will catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.